Hey guys, so now that we've introduced yielding the hindquarters on the ground, I'm going to show you what it looks like under saddle. So I'd say you can introduce it under saddle when you feel like they have the concept on the ground and they're also not super resistant to you. I'd say you probably should be able to get, 4 to 5 steps to a full circle around on the ground, and then that way they have the the proper pressure point from the stick. So when you teach it on the under saddle, you actually want to slide your leg back a little bit. So having your leg right at the cinch is going to be shoulder control. Right behind the cinch is going to be rib cage control, and then behind is going to be your hindquarter control. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk her in a circle. I find it's easier to get them when they already have kind of forward momentum to do this. So get yourself in a nice circle, get them soft in the bridle right off the bat. And when you're ready, you're going to pick up to your hip, slide your leg back, and they're going to cross over. So obviously, she's done this a couple times, but when you first do it, you just want to start with 1 or 2 steps. So I'm going to get her nice and soft here in the bridle. When I'm ready, I'm going to pick up to my hip, slide my leg back, put pressure, and have her yield. Then we'll switch to the other side. So now I'm using my left leg and left wing. So get her nice and soft. It's kind of heavy there, so I'm going to bump on her. I'm going to pick up to my hip, close my left leg behind, and have her yield. And then you can go right back on your circle. But remember, when you release the hindquarters, you want to put your leg back in its kind of neutral position, which is right behind the girth. If you kind of keep your leg back here, back by the hindquarters, they're going to get super confused. So you want to release the pressure, put your leg back in the neutral position, and go back to getting them nice and soft. So again, start off with 1 or 2 steps and kind of build on that. The better your initial steps are, the better obviously your full circle is going to be. And if you feel like they are walking out and they're not actually pivoting on their front end, there's kind of 2 things you can do. Number 1, make sure you have enough kind of gas to go. So you might need to you can kind of wail on them with your leg if they're not putting a lot of effort into it. Don't be afraid to kind of bump on them with this leg. And number 2, if they're walking out, you might have to bend their nose around even more, because that's going to kind of limit their front end movement. So you kind of have to kind of play with that and see what the happy medium is. But it's another thing you definitely want to, the more forward they are, the better. That's why I say, start them on that circle, have a nice, lots of impulsion just on a regular circle, and then when you go into your spin, that impulsion is just going to transfer into their hindquarters. So hopefully you'll be able to get a good, step. So if you guys have any questions about that, let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them for you.